Sometimes I really wonder why I do this to myself, but then I remember, oh yeah, I love Star Wars, and I love Transformers, and back in the day, they made toys that combined it. And I'm actually very excited that they're bringing it back with the Mandalorian N1 Starfighter. Did you see that one? That one looks really good. But I got this one, the Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator, specifically because I've always liked the Sith Infiltrator, and I've never really had a toy of it. I never had a Lego set growing up. I never had a Hasbro vehicle of it. And I figured, just given what my Transformers and just toy collection comprises of nowadays, I figured it wouldn't hurt for me to have the Transformers crossover toy. And a lot of these, as we know, suck. A lot of Transformers crossovers toys are actual garbage. The General Grievous was hot garbage. The Jedi Starfighter figure is literally like the floppiest thing with the most massive cape of all time. A lot of the Clone Trooper ones I have, like my V-Wing and ATTE, those are now horribly yellowed because the plastic quality's not good. My Jango Fett's yellowed. They're not the greatest. But I'm happy to report that this actually isn't a bad one. This Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator is actually, I would say, probably top 3, or definitely top 5. The Magna Guard's the best, but this one, I don't know, dude. It's good. This is good, man. I'm actually pretty satisfied with this. It's not perfect, obviously. It's still a Transformers Star Wars crossover toy. At the end of the day, it still is what it is. But I think, considering what it is, it's pretty good. It actually has like a little bit of landing gear down here, which is kind of cool. It's pretty much meant to be, you know, deployed all the time. But I suppose you could like move it to kind of have it not deployed anymore. I don't know. It just makes the most sense, like having it tabbed in and actually being able to sit the vehicle down more properly. It does have the wings that move out, and those look really nice when they're moved out. It can also kind of land with the wings out, but you can see it. They'll go in after a while. It does have a cockpit. It does have an opening cockpit. Obviously, this is going to be very underscaled because the actual Sith Infiltrator is a surprisingly large vehicle. But opening up the cockpit, we can see, oh, look, it's a little Darth Maul. Thankfully, this is one of the earlier ones where they still had the little pilot figures. And this Darth Maul is actually really nice looking. For how tiny it is, I'm shocked that they actually got the detail of the eyes, some of the tattoos, the little head horns, the different shades of blacks. Like, look at the gloves and the boots. Those are actually a different shade of black. It's pretty decent. Articulation, you can pretty much just move the arms up and then move the legs so it'll sit in the vehicle. But yeah, that's a really cute little Darth Maul. Obviously, as you can see, not really in scale with the ship. To be in scale with the ship, he should probably be like, maybe, I don't know, he should be very small. Because this whole cockpit area was almost like a little living quarters. It was a pretty spacious area, not just a one-seater. And it's supposed to fit the little, you know, speeder that he had, too. There really is no way to, like, deploy a speeder. You can kind of pretend if you want to move this panel down. You can kind of pretend, but then you see, oh, hello, robot Darth Maul. What can I say? It's a pretty good vehicle. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid. The details are really nice. You can see a lot of different colors and shadings and everything. A little bit of red right there. Yeah, it's pretty nicely detailed. And you can see not a lot of super visible robot bits. I'd say the most visible are the arms, which you can kind of see the wrists and the shoulders in the vehicle. But honestly, they just look like discs. Doesn't look that bad to me. Obviously, the elephant in the room. These are his lightsabers. They are the missiles. I'm not familiar enough with this vehicle design to recall if it's supposed to have blasters right there. I feel like it's supposed to. But either way, they don't look bad there, you know, and they can fire off. You can almost envision the red as like the beam or something. It's cool. It's neat. I appreciate it. And obviously, I also appreciate that we have 2 here because you can have him either hold it as one or have him hold them separately, you know, if they've been cut in half or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the vehicle. Let's go ahead and transform this guy. Alright, it's been a minute since I've transformed this, so hopefully I remember properly. Let's see. I know the legs kind of split in from right there. And this whole assembly is like something that folds on the back, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, we need to attach the landing gear too, because that's attached. Okay. It actually has, like, some nice little replications of, like, his skirting and the actual costume for Darth Maul. If anything, we'll untab. Come on. Am I just not doing this right? Come on. Untab, please. There we go. Oh, my goodness. That took a lot of force. And the landing gear popped off. Oh, no. We can get that back on. There we go. There we go. There we go, question mark? No, that's the entirely wrong spot to plug it in. There we go. All right. All right. And then this whole thing, this whole assembly just kind of folds up on the back, but it's okay. We can see the legs, pretty simple Transformers Star Wars fare. They literally just, you know, uncurl the toes and everything. But I actually like this kibble because it looks like his skirt. And they added this panel, too, to kind of continue that. I think that actually looks pretty neat. I don't remember, did the legs extend or anything? I don't think so. Maybe they do. Something popped. Or am I just popping the leg out? I'm just popping the leg out. Okay. Usually these figures have a lot of extending joints. But I guess Darth Maul here really doesn't. Alright. So then these wings are going to fold onto the back. And kind of make some kibble, unfortunately. There's going to be a little bit of kibble there, but it's not that big of a problem. The arms then will fold out. Pretty standard Star Wars Transformers where the arms have absolutely nothing to do with the vehicle. And for whatever reason, too, the arms are, like, stuck in permanent, like, gorilla posture. So, so many of these little mushroom joints. So you can't really, like, have them super properly hold the lightsaber. But anyways, let's get the head reveal out of the way. We will fold all this back. Fold the head up from that back section. It'll just kind of come up on the top. Put the kibble back. And that kind of locks everything in, which I appreciate. And then that's pretty much it. It's pretty much our Transformers crossover Darth Maul in his robot mode, I guess. And like I said, honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I really don't. I feel like the kibble does a good job of, like, staying out of the way, and it's not that terrible. I mean, some of them, like, all of the vehicle mode bits are just hanging off. But that, it kind of almost makes sense. You can almost envision him, like, having a sort of flight mode or something where these wings pop back out and he can, like, fly in this robot mode. Obviously, if you're not really super well versed in Star Wars Transformers crossovers and you're like, what the hell am I looking at? Basically, this was a whole collaboration, since Hasbro does the toys for both of them, where they're like, what if the Star Wars characters had mech suits? And that's pretty much what happened. You can see the hand actually has a little bit of a division there where there isn't enough space to have him hold the lightsaber as one piece or have him hold him like a dual wield. And I think that's really cool. I think that was really cool. Oh, this one actually has an empty hole. Okay. So I guess that one you can just have one in there. But this one, they designed it where it has a stopper. You can see the stopper right there by the thumb where you can actually put both halves of the lightsaber. That looks really cool. Honestly, I think this is a pretty cool looking robotic Darth Maul. As someone who's, you know, a big enough fan of Darth Maul as anyone born in, you know, 1999 can be. Yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite Darth Maul toys in my collection. It honestly is. I'd say my all-time favorite's either the original Lego minifig or the shirtless Darth Maul 3 3/4 inch figure. I don't know, this one's really cool. I think this one's really working. Let's go ahead and get a little bit closer, too, and take a look at the details. So I don't always think these robotic faces work out for these Transformers Star Wars crossovers, but for this Darth Maul, I actually think it works pretty well. I mean, Darth Maul's an alien, so he's got the red and the black, and I think all the cybernetic robotic detailings actually kind of work. You know, I don't see this and just think it's a weird robotic version of the character. It kind of almost makes sense in a weird way. But yeah, to kind of elaborate further, the whole lore of these is that they're like mech suits that the characters had modeled after themselves. It's kind of peculiar, but whatever. You can see the robot mode detail is pretty nice. Definitely appreciate some of the very subtle little paintwork, similar to the little Darth Maul figure. Like you can see some slightly different shades of black and everything. I think this is all around a pretty successful toy. I think it just looks really good. I don't have a lot to complain with it. For what it is, this is one of the best ones I think they ever did. Alrighty, let's wrap this up with articulation, because the articulation is actually a little better than you would think. The head is on a swivel, so you can get some Nice little rotation out of that, and the transformation joint gets you a little bit of wiggle, but not too much. The shoulders are on universal joints, so they can move out, you know, pretty much do everything a shoulder needs to do. Bicep swivel. I guess double jointed elbows, even though I can only really get them moving this much, but I see like a screw in there that almost tells me it should be a double joint, but it seriously wants to pop the arm out before it literally wants to move the double joint. So I'm not even sure, and you saw that happen with the other arm earlier. I'm not even sure how well that's supposed to work, but let's just assume you get some elbow range. You get some. The wrist actually kind of makes up for it because the wrist has a lot of in articulation for the transformation. So yeah, the arms could be better, but they're not bad. They're definitely not bad. The waist rotates, but do keep in mind there's a lot of kibble on the back that's going to get in your way. But it still rotates. You can still use it for some articulation. Just kind of depends on how much you're willing to compromise the rest of it. The side skirts move out. Front skirt moves out. And the legs move forward pretty far. Like, that's pretty nice. Unfortunately, they're not really going to move out much at all. You do have an above-the-knee swivel. You have a kind of blah knee bend. Not really too much. But the ankles aren't bad. They move down. They move a little bit up. And you have some tilt. They actually added ankle tilt. That's kind of wild for a Star Wars Transformers crossover to add ankle tilt. That's kind of insane, but also super cool. So yeah, I don't really have too much else to say. There is the Transformers Star Wars crossover Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator. You too, huh? So there we go, another Star Wars Transformers crossover in the books. It's a good one. It's actually one I'm pretty happy with, and I've seen some terrible Transformers Star Wars crossovers. I have some really bad ones in my collection, unfortunately. But out of the ones I've gotten so far, the ones I can recommend, the little Y-Wing is actually pretty good. The little Clone Trooper Y-Wing. The Darth Maul's really good. The Magna Guard's by far the best I've ever handled. What else is not bad? The ARC 170 isn't that bad. That's kind of it. A lot of the others are just whatever. Definitely avoid like the General Grievous wheel bike. The Jango Fett ain't that great. Definitely avoid the Jedi Starfighters, like the Revenge of the Sith style Starfighters. Definitely avoid those. I don't have any of the Attack of the Clones or Clone Wars style, but the Revenge of the Sith ones, those are terrible. But this Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator is pretty good. I recommend it. I definitely think it's a nice inclusion into my ever-growing Star Wars Transformers crossover collection. I guess I'm kind of in this now. I'm not just getting the Clone Troopers. I'm just getting the ones that I think are cool. Will I get all of them? I absolutely hope I don't, because some of them are hot garbage. However, for ones that I think are good, or, you know, vehicles or characters that I'm interested in, yeah, I'll pick them up. One that I have on my radar is the AT-AT. I have the AT-AT on my radar. I have the AAT Battle Droid one on my radar. I'd like to pick up the General Grievous Starfighter, see if that's any better than the wheel bike. And maybe the Emperor Palpatine shuttle. I really like the Imperial shuttle, so I might pick up that one. And I don't have a Vader either. I don't know which Vader I would get. They've done a lot of different Vaders. Alrighty, guys. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Darth Maul awaiting orders. Man, I got cut in half, bro. Yeah, me too, bro. Oh, that sucked, bro. Yeah, it sucked, bro. Did you come back from that, though? Yeah, I came back from that. Did you come back from that? Hell nah, bro. They left me dead, bro. Oh, that sucks, bro. I'm so sorry. Hug.